So, what could Shane be doing, you might ask yourself? Rowing his little boat. Well, Shane is going out on an overnight solo hammock and tarp camping adventure to an island. Now, this trip almost didn't happen because when we were in town yesterday, I was picking up a few extra supplies, intending on doing this, and I got a notification from the wildfire service that a forest fire had broken out just 3 kilometers from where we are. I think you can actually see the island that I'm heading towards behind me there. And yeah, the chopper was dipping down and taking water right out of there, right behind me. So I thought, hell, if that keeps up, I'm not going to be out on the water with that chopper flying through. However, they managed to knock the fire down by yesterday evening. They still got a ground crew on site, but they don't need the chopper anymore, so that's good news for everyone. The old rickety boat. Never sail on a Friday, you'll make the sea angry. It's Tuesday, actually, so I should be alright. It's my first time spending any significant time alone in a long time. So that'll be interesting, just to chill out there and do some bushcrafty stuff. Where we are, you're not actually allowed to take any deadfall from the woods. So I've got a big old bin of firewood sitting in the front of the boat. Bringing the firewood with me. Oh, squeaky oars. I ain't gonna be sneaking up on nobody with this. This is not a stealth boat. I left shortly after 2 o'clock from our boat launch, and it's now 10 to 3. So it's, yeah, I'd say I've been paddling for a good half hour, 40 minutes, maybe, ish. Half hour. I've been paddling for a half hour. Let's not exaggerate there, Shane. This part of the lake is tricky. There's a lot of sunken logs. The shore drops off really fast, so, you know, if you're not careful, you can be up into the rocks before you even know it, because they just come up out of the water out of nowhere. So I gotta be constantly looking behind me, looking for sunken logs that are just under the surface and any other obstacles that are kicking around. For an island in the middle of the lake, man, this thing is thick. There's really only one spot to camp on it. It's a little rocky outcrop right next to the shoreline. Once you get back into the island, I went and explored it when Cheryl and I took the canoe out last week. And oh, look at that. Holy crap. There's one just right back there. And I almost didn't notice it. It just blew by the boat. And then I saw it. I missed it by about a foot. Anyways, yeah, the island is thick. Like, it is bushwhack jungle back there, man. It's just like underbrush and moss, and it's crazy. It's not really an island you can just go prancing around on, looking for stuff. I'm pretty much going to be confined to the shoreline. When I was exploring this island before, I looked around for any sign of mammal habitation. I couldn't see any kind of deer sign, raccoons, bears, nothing. There's really no food sources on the island for them. So I guess they'd have no reason to swim all the way out here. Okay, here it is. Here is the spot. So I'm gonna have to be careful maneuvering here because, again, the shoreline is really tricky. When I started coming out, actually, I didn't know if I could even get the boat in here. I still don't know. I know you can get kayaks and canoes up, but this is like a 12-foot aluminum rowboat. This is a different beast altogether. And I'm rowing backwards, of course, right? Because that's how it's done. Okay, let's see. my boat steering skills. And he steered the boat to shore. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Here I am. All right. I made it. I made it. It's hot. Okay. Time to get this boat pulled up and yeah, see what we got. Would you guys believe I was smart enough to bring a rope? A rope for my boat. Gotta make sure I don't get stranded out here, because, you know, getting stranded on an island is like Gilligan's Island. There you can see all of my gear is in that one pack. I've got my blue sit pad and my little pile of firewood, and of course my bright orange life jacket. It's pretty nice out there. Somebody's built like these little step platforms out of wood. That's cool. There's a nice little fire pit, all pre-made. And let's get up into the trees here, have a little look around. There's a little bit of spot like cleared out in here. I mean, it's not much. Looks like you could put a tent in here if you wanted to. But I'm going to be hammock camping, so let's have a look out. That's back towards the fire pit. That should be pretty nice. You can actually see how big the island is. Yeah, so just through the trees right there is the other side of the island. But just like look at the underbrush. It is so difficult to get through. It's the only thing I've seen on this island is birds, which is very reassuring considering there's tons of bears around around this lake. I did bring bear spray just in case, and I'm also going to string up a bear bag with my like granola bars and stuff in it. I really don't think it's necessary on this island, but you know, it's always good practice when you're in the woods. Follow good practices. So since it's blazing hot out in that sun down there, my first order of business is to get my pack up into the woods, into the shade, and get my steak and stuff out of the direct sunlight, and gather up the rest of my gear and figure out where I'm going to put up my tarp and hammock. So I just noticed this when I was bringing my gear up from the boat. Somebody left a cooking grill hanging on a tree here, which is pretty sweet considering I was going to buy a grill yesterday to cook my steak on, and I completely forgot because of the whole wildfire situation. So now I have a grill. Thank you, random stranger. So I did bring my regular boots with me. I wanted to wear rubber boots in the boat for, you know, getting in and out from shore, but I did not want to be wearing rubber boots the whole time I was here with temperatures pushing 30 degrees Celsius. So I kind of had the thought to string my hammock between this tree and this tree, but it says about 10 to 12 feet is your optimum, and I mean that's like 5, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it might work. You know what? I'll try it. I'll try it and see if it works, because this is nicely shaded right here. There's a nice breeze coming in off the lake, so it's far enough away from the fire that I don't need to worry about sparks. I'll try it. In here I have a whole pile of stuff. Well, not a whole pile, but you know, what I need. But again, the first thing I want to do is get out my shelter. So I've got bear spray, bug repellent, my phone. I don't even know if I get cell reception here, but I might. I know you can get it at some spots on the lake. There's the hammock. There's the tarp. Throwing stuff everywhere. Good job. Okay. That's that. And some cordage for the tarp. I'm going to set the hammock up first and then put the tarp over top so I can align it easier. So I do not need the paracord for now. That's why I have those green ratchet straps. That is for the hammock. All right, let's do it. Okay. We're a little short. We're a little short. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and adjust the other strap. That's okay. Yes, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, hitting buttons. Oh, yeah. All right. It's tarp time. Gotta keep this radio on me or Cheryl's gonna kill me if she can't get a hold of me. It's pretty cool actually. The radios reach from where I am all the way back to the wreck site. Just check this out. Hey Cheryl, are you there?
What's up?
I love you.
Love you too. Are you having fun?
Yes, ma'am. I just put you in the video.
You're hilarious. Hey, I'm walking across the bridge back to the boat right now. Funny.
Okay, tarp time. I'm gonna set my tarp up on a diagonal, and so that means I'm only gonna need 2 extra tie outs besides the ridge line. Alright, so to do a toggle method is super easy for setting up a tarp and then adjusting it to where you exactly want it to go. So you just fold over your paracord and shove it up through the grommet. And then you just plop a little stick down through it. And then you do the same thing on the other side, and then you can actually just like slide this back and forth along the rope until you get it to the correct tension and the placement that you want. The more slack that you have in your paracord, the easier putting these toggles in is going to be. If you don't put the slack in, it is almost impossible. Womp womp. I just blew a hole in my sock. Look at that. I was like, oh man, my heel feels kind of weird in my boot. Oh well. That's why you can turn socks upside down.